Okay, how's everybody doing? If I sound a little off today, it's because I got a cold. But I wanted to show some Gaslands related things I've acquired and a little bit of what I'm working on. Um, I'm also out of cough medicine, so I had to rely on the more traditional um, medicine of Canadian whiskey and honey. So, anyway, that being said, found these at the Dollar Tree, and I've been carrying around this here because this is the base size for heavyweight vehicles. And in Gaslands, there's a scenario called Big Game Hunter, and so I've been looking for bugs and dinosaurs and other things that really fit on this base, and I kept finding them that were either like these little fellas, and they're really too small for the base and for the scenario of the game. So I was actually kind of thrilled that I found these fellows here because they fit perfectly on the bases. And I need one more critter. I'm looking at a giant beetle from the Reaper Bones line. I wonder if it'll fit on here. But in the meantime, I still got an option for this one. I want to have 5 monsters. Just even though I plan for everything to be 4-man, carry enough stuff for 4 people to play minimum. Having an extra one is a good plan. So yeah, they're cheapos, but I plan on Gaslandsing these up a little bit with some like armor plates made out of cars and stuff, just to make them look more fit for a post-apocalyptic wasteland. It's actually one of the funnier lore pieces of Gaslands is having dinosaurs in it. But can't complain. And then I got the zombies. All the zombies. I'm not really looking forward to having to paint all these zombies, but we're going to. And they're on pennies. Mostly because the bases that these came on are so small that they blow over with the slightest touch. So excuse me. Anyway, yeah, they blow over with the slightest touch. So I put them on those bases so they'd stop falling over, and so it'll keep them from ruining the game state when people are trying to decide whether or not their car's going to hit one or not. And then I got these 2 bikes from the North Star Miniatures Implements of Carnage. Then I 3D printed some bases, and then I filled the bases with a little bit of sand. And they didn't quite form the way I wanted to, but that's fine. I just put a little piece of card under them to stiffen them up and filled them with Elmer's glue to take care of that. That's not too bad. I like these little bikes. I've got 2 of them already. They're my Miyazaki team. One of them's called Cazador from Fallout New Vegas, and I got a green one I'm going to call the Green Gecko, and I'm thinking about these 2 being the Golden Gecko and the Fire Gecko. So if you know Fallout New Vegas, you'll kind of know why that's that. At least that's the working names I've got planned for them. I might change them for other little critters in Fallout, because that's what that particular team's based on. And then I got these out of a thrift shop, and so these were some of the more recent finds I've gotten a hold of. And I like this one. This is a weird techie vehicle. It's got sirens on it, so it can be good for highway patrol, or it could be a Michigan vehicle, I think. It's like a futuristic taxi, too. I'm not sure. It's an old Matchbox. It says Planet Scout on it. I don't know if there was tampos or anything on it, or if it was just solid green or not. But I really do like this casting. Normally, I'm not too big on fantasy castings. But, yeah. I'm not sure what I'll do with it yet, but I like it. And got a Camaro here. And hood opens. Yeah, so, you know, when the Camaro eventually breaks down, they can easily fix it. I kid. But, yeah. Z28 IROC. And, so yeah, that's my other Matchbox. This is from the era when Matchbox is a little bit wider than Hot Wheels cars. But, they usually have better interiors. And it's easier to fit, crew members in there. So, I like them. And then I got a Fiero. And, you know, this continues my trend of saying Pontiac never made an ugly vehicle. Because even though the Fiero had some issues, to put it lightly, I still like them. I still think they're really gorgeous cars. And I kind of like the little window net thing here. I probably won't keep that, but I think it's cool. And probably run this as a performance car or a buggy. Depends on how I want to keep the wheels, if I want to jack it up or not. And probably needs a flamethrower. If you know Fieros, you know why. Flamethrowers or napalm droppers is appropriate for them. And then got a wrecker. You can never have enough wreckers. I think they are one of the better vehicles for the basic trucks, because they usually have like this. I mean, this is a great little gizmo to have. You know, any kind of weapon mount you want to have on the back, or you can just leave this and use this as a grabber arm or a wrecking ball or whatever. And I kind of like the little dog on the side. I might try and keep that little dog and use some alcohol swabs and wipe off the rest of some of the tampos. And I like the Ninja Star wheels. I'll file off the Matchbox on there. But anyway, this is what I was actually thinking about. The new Gaslands Car of the Month competition is cleaners, and this is one of those vehicles that kind of makes me think cleaner. It could be like a Mr. Clean truck with a big old water cannon or something. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with it, but it's beat up. And this is the perfect kind of vehicle for Gaslands. You know, the kind that a good 9/10 of the paint's already popped off of it. And the metal's corroding, and I hope there's an interior in here, because that glass has kind of seen better days. And there was definitely something up here. I don't know what was supposed to be up here. But, yeah, maybe I can keep that there and use it as a turret. Maybe that spins. I'll have to open it up and see. It's Matchbox Roll-O-Matics Badger. So, I don't know if this is a real car or not, or based on the real vehicle, but it might not be. And then the last one I got from the thrift shop was... Actually, I got two more things from the thrift shop. I haven't opened this one yet. This is the Scorpion tank from Halo. And I love my treads. I love my tread vehicles. And that's basically free guns, free turret. It's a little too small for a Gaslands tank. But for a conversion piece, it's perfect. And I only played a little bit of the first one. of Halo, but mostly because I didn't own the Xbox. But, you know, I kind of think that Wraith would be a good Gaslandser too. And I know they made the Warthog in the main line, but I haven't seen it. So, yeah, that's probably a good Rutherford base vehicle. Or Maxine, because Maxine likes to have the extra handling for sliding around. And then I got the Bowser monster truck. The thrift store, I've seen this in the thrift store for weeks and nobody was grabbing it, so I eventually had to take it home with me. Not entirely sure what I'll do with it. I've got plenty of monster trucks to mess around with, but I love the little spiky top on it and the little, you know, I mean it's just unique. So it's definitely cool. Let's see what we can do with that. And this is what I got from I've bought recently. As I said, I do some things that are not always Gaslands. I got these for the D&D game I'm in. We've got somebody playing one of these bunny characters as a white bunny samurai, and I don't think I need to tell y'all what his name is, because if you grew up in the 80s and early 90s, you know exactly who they're playing as. And so I'm going to turn one of these into that particular comic book character. The other one I'm messing around with. So that's a little bit outside of Gaslands, but, you know, I still do other things besides Gaslands. And these is what I picked up from Wally World. They left out the pallets of the Matchbox, so I was able to get stuff before the scalpers got to them. And so I got these, and I like the 918 Spider, but it's a little, it and the Rimac are a little too late for the Gaslands lore. Technically, because most of the Gaslands cars should be 2008 and lower. But they're still beautiful castings, and I really like them. They might just stay in the package, or I might make one for a special occasion, like the JDC roll-off drags or something. Or if Gaslands TV does their racing series again, I'll see if one of them's fast on a track. And then I got this. I've got the original Batmobile, the Tim Burton one. So this could be a good teammate for it, I think. I would thought they had already made this, but it says new for 2023, so I'm guessing they didn't. But yeah, it's cool. I know some people think that was one of the cheesier Batmans, but you know, if I'm not mistaken, that's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Uma Thurman. And then we got this one here, and 1980 AMC Eagle. Now this is a prime Gaslands vehicle. You know, this is, you know, 70s and 80s cars. And then you got this beautiful wood grain. And I mean, this is one of those cars, like, I might not even repaint it so much as stress it out a bit, you know, and, you know, I'll paint the grille and the headlights and the interior. But like that is awesome, and I think it's perfect for what I like. And I think I've got another one in here, another car very similar to it. And see if I can find it. I'll show you this. I'm going to be digging through here and not going to find it, am I? Now, this is one thing about my show. Nothing's scripted. So I don't plan this stuff too much. Yep. Oh, that's in one of my cases for projects. But it is a Jeep Wagoneer. And it's also got the wood grain. And I may have shown it off in one of my other videos, but I have plans for it too, but oh well, beggars can't be choosers. And I just lost a card. Okay, well, let's see here. We do have cars that we did complete, and we're going to start off with a little team I call the Rotary Force, because this is 2 Mazda Miatas and a Mazda 787B on tank tracks. This is for Miyazaki, and you know, they're called Rotary Force because, you know, Mazdas are rotary engines, and they're all primarily armed with rotary guns. And I wanted to do some more convertible work because I like putting figures in cars, and these little Miatas work great for little buggy escorts for this monster here. And I didn't have the decals to do it exactly like the Le Mans car. So this is kind of just a mock-up of the orange and green one. I didn't have the Renown or Charge decals, so I kind of faked it with some lightning bolts and some other things, but it's still, you know, it's a Le Mans car on tank tracks. And you can see here on the bottom, that is mostly just hard paper, package paper, you know, I would have used plastic card, but I don't have plastic card, so I use what I've got. And you know, you can see here it's this stuff here. It's thick enough, and it's, you know, that's pretty much what I use because I've got it in abundance. So one thing about Gaslands and this kind of hobby in general is you use what you've got available. And so I was working mostly on Miyazaki cars. So then I got, so you see the Mazdas. And my other Miyazaki team is these Nissans. And where the Miyazaki Mazdas were primarily miniguns, these Nissans are all armed with rockets. So that's their theme. They're rocket Nissans. And got 3D printed sentry gun dropper. That's what these are going to be. Is these boxes open up and drop a sentry guns out on the sides. And so I got I repurposed some NASCAR decals and some rub-on transfer stuff to make them look a little more like true race cars than just dirtied up street cars. But I'm really happy with how this one turned out. This definitely looks like finally got a yellow that really turned out well. And then I went and dirtied it up and scratched it up and made it look real rough. And so to make the Gaslands effect look good on it. And so that, I'm leaning towards calling that the Stinger. This one I don't have a name for yet, but I just like the blue and the green. I just made up the paint scheme on the fly. There was nothing there was no inspiration or anything for it. I added the hood scoop. That's a 3D printed part. The rockets are 3D printed, and it's fairly bare. This one's fairly bare bones. So this one you could see in, so I put crew in that one, and this one here, same idea, sentry gun, a box with a sentry gun inside it, and then the rockets. And, same blue, gray, green as this one. So in smaller point games, these two are the team, and then this guy's kind of like the third wheel of the team. So this is basically the 50 can team, and this is the 75 can team. So anyway, you can kind of get them more. And so that's kind of their whole theme. And then we've got these two. This is a Mercury Cougar, which is another car I like. I love Mercury Cougars. It's got twin laser cannons, or combat lasers in Gaslands. And this one's got a twin machine gun and lady with a sniper rifle and mine dropper the back. And this one's got old dropper. If points are scarce, I can run this as a single combat laser and that as a napalm dropper too. So it's got some options here. Got a Dark Elder decal. I like that symbol, the heart and the claw. And so again, use NASCAR decals to kind of make it look, bring it more into the real world a little bit. And so it's got Valvoline sponsors, and you can get down here a little bit and see. It's got Die Hard and BF Goodwrench. Because I like this, again, this is one of my favorite cars in real life. It's actually got the number that relates to my date of birth. So I like Cougars. I like Pontiacs. I'm eclectic. If watching any of my videos has shown you anything, I am very, very eclectic in my tastes. And I got these little rub-on decal skulls. I'm not super happy with them because they shine really well, even after matte varnish. That's after matte varnish. It's that shiny, and you can still see the edge. And if I had some decal set, I think some decal set would take some of that edge off, but I don't have any, so I have to kind of just live with it at the moment. But the star of the show, and the one I'm going to end this episode on, is this one. This is also a Miyazaki vehicle with a turreted combat laser and trash can dropper. Be anything. And use it as caltrops, napalm, even mines. I use these little... They're actually dollhouse Coca-Cola cans, but I've used them for everything in my builds. I snatch them up anytime I'm at Michael's or Hobby Lobby and I can get a hold of them. But, the big thing was, again, the temporary tattoo method that they use for doing designs. This really turned out well. It came off perfect the first try. And I only nicked it up on the edge there when I was refitting it back in to be glued. And so I was a little disappointed. I kind of nicked it there, but that's on me. But I love this little Kitsune. And yeah, this is a Pikes Peak Tacoma. So this is a performance car for Miyazaki. It's about the only truck Miyazaki will probably ever let in her fleet. So I don't really have a name for this one either yet. I mean, it's mint. It's a mint pearl metallic that I mixed up and created on my own. And kind of a metallic gunmetal gray, two-tone. And so gunmetal, it's got Gundam and NASCAR decals to kind of keep it in that Miyazaki feel. And but yeah, so I'm happy with that. That really turned out really super well. I'm really happy with that. So anyway, that's what I've got done today. Well, I've got done over the month or so. I've got a pinched nerve in my elbow, which is making it really hard to hold a paintbrush right now, because my middle finger keeps going numb. And so that's on top of having a cold. But so yeah, thanks for listening. And if you like what I do, please like, share, subscribe, and visit my Etsy store, King of Cats Crafts. And thank you for your time. Take care, be safe, and goodbye.